Hi, I want to talk about normalizing behaviors now. I just saw something online and I like to watch a lot of things online, not necessarily things that are trending, but just to kind of see what people were talking about and what's out there. And then I get ideas for my videos to comment, reinforce, refute, what have you. But in general, there are a lot of things that we're normalizing that hadn't been in prior years, prior lives, prior generations of normal behavior. Some things are I think outlandish, offensive, vulgar, rude, making bigger behavioral demonstrations just to get attention, those types of things. And it appears that a lot of it is being normalized, which is not okay. So if you get anything from this video, please pass this on to someone who might feel like they are, or you might feel like they're extremely sensitized to a lot of this stuff. And I was going to make a separate video about this, but I'm going to just segue into this, especially about how we are letting our kids' behaviors slide because that's just what kids do, or that's what they do today. No. I am 110% about respect, about speaking to people around you when spoken to, managing mood, not excusing a child's mood necessarily. If you have a kid that's too fatigued and tired to engage in the community or with other adults, that's a problem in itself. But I think we've gotten so afraid of stranger danger and who's safe and who's not. We're not even teaching our kids to respectfully interact with an adult that we know and relatively trust, just to say hello. When I used to work at the Autism Center, I'm going off on 3 tangents now, but this is relevant too. It was, when I started there, it was over 10 years ago, maybe 15 at this point. And one of the things that we were helping the kids do was have a polite initial interaction with someone. And what that required was bringing your eyes up from a device, yes, even back then, and making eye contact and saying hello. At the least. It's just common courtesy. I don't know why we've gotten so far away from that in a society, but we have. And I remember saying, I was the director of the program, and I said, other kids aren't doing this. We're trying to help these kids integrate a little bit more, but other kids are really starting to shy away from this. And again, that was 15 years ago, so you can imagine today that we're just heads down, not doing anything. You say hello to a child, and they just do this or give you the stare, and the parent is just okay with that. You should know. And I also think it's completely appropriate to correct the child and prompt them, what do you say? You should respond to them in the moment. But this isn't an isolated incident, right? This is, I'm all about behavior. Consistency in your parenting over time. Just because you're too tired, don't feel like it's too much for you. You better think twice about your own energy and how you're managing yourself. Again, you can get my book, How to Budget Your Time a Little Bit Better, with your parenting. So I hope this didn't sound too preachy, but it's a strong message. I think, if you agree with me in the comments, please comment. Just one point, we're normalizing inappropriate behavior that's outlandish. 2, it starts at home. And 3, we have to have the consistency to continue to teach our kids how to engage socially just for polite chit chat and interaction. It's just really becoming a lost art, and it's sad. See you next time.